Hey everybody, I wanted to share a video demonstrating what we hope players do and see in the game versus what I was doing a lot of at the end of Outer Worlds. So maybe the last year or so, we split the team. I ran most of the team as a manager, the animations I mean, for most of the time, a good chunk, and then we split the team off because there was just too many conversations to work on, and I was focused down on combat. And we got a lot of stuff looking cool, um, as you guys can no doubt see. There's hit reactions, robots, people attacking, root motion melee attacks, um, different weapon types. There's a heavy weapon. So this first video is meant to show like the game working well. See that? Look at Ozza just smash that robot. That was cool. Um, and generally, when you play the game like as a real player, you won't see too much stuff. You will see some issues for sure, like all over the place. If you're looking for it, it's there. But every video game's got problems. Almost done. Okay, that's pretty much the regular player stuff. And I'm sure some players do this because I like to play games and just watch. I'm a watcher for sure. Um, where we're in story mode. I'm going in with my crew and I've got my companions, and we've got some guys that are armored. We can let them go in first and take some damage, and I can check out like what's going on. They're taking damage. This is Ozza just getting. She wants to murder people. Uh, there's some issues coming up. I'll pause when we see one. Yeah, that was cool. Nile's special ability. Here's one example. Bah. So what I'll do in production, but 6 months before the game shipped, the game was not even close to looking this nice because we had so many bugs to try and solve. It's looking way better, but there's still some stuff like this where the system's trying to. It's not supposed, they're not supposed to be attacking through destructible armor. Their arms aren't supposed to be going through the mesh, and their head is like totally through there. Um, I'm what I would normally do. The process is like, okay, I'll just throw in a bug, and then typically I'll like take a day and just throw in a ton of bugs, and then I'll take the next day and go around and follow up with people. And in this case, I would probably set up in a test map, um, try and reproduce it because sometimes you'll put it in a test map and it just will never happen. And I'll take it as far as I can. And if it doesn't show up in a test map, then I'll go to the programmer and go, hey, I tested in a test map. I can't reproduce it. Do you have any suggestions to get it to reproduce so I can make it easier for you to solve? Which is my main goal, is trying to take issues and see if I can make it simpler and get it to the right person to fix, so that way people can just cruise through bugs as quickly as possible, and I'm there to sort of help speed that process along. Um, but yeah, we'll see if we can find another bug in here. Yeah, this is more of a suggestion thing, where it would have been, I think, better. I don't think it's good for players if Ozza misses because she's using one of her special abilities and then attacking. Oh, I didn't command that one, so that's actually standard attack. But still, I mean, it sucks that she missed. Um, I think we could fix this on the animation side. I think there's a notify that programming provided us, and we just hadn't tweaked it correctly. So typically the process would be me bug it, me ping an animator who's in charge of this attack, and say, hey, could you look into this notify and see if you can fix it? And then I'll follow up with them if they can't fix it, and then we go talk to a programmer, and then we debug it together sometimes and just figure it out. That's if we have time, right? Because it's just like anything. You run out of time. You have only so many hours you can put towards something until you have to release the game and move on to other things. There's another one. Um, so see how Oz's head, how twisted it is. So the part of this is made worse because she's on a slope. Because she's actually standing below this super tall character. So even if it was leveled out, it still I think look non-ideal. So I think we could fix this really easily. Most likely her head is probably tracking a notify um, towards the top. It looks kind of like she's tracking somewhere towards the top of the head, like where the eyes would be on the robot. So you could easily just drop it to the hip area, and I don't think it would affect very many other systems. I think it'd actually remove quite a few bugs in the game if we just did that. Um, so that's a minor thing. That's maybe a C bug if we got to it. Uh, it's just example of the sorts of stuff I was doing with combat and all the things. See what else we can find. Lots of cool stuff going on. Oh, here's another. Geez, you guys, I don't know if anybody missed it. See Niles zip over there. So he's, so Niles is this guy in the back right here. I should get a screen drawing app. Um, so he's probably, for some reason, his AI is telling him the best place to be is on the other side in cover. Um, there's no way that makes any sense. So again, I would reproduce that. I'd bug it up. It looks like yeah, he might be trying to get to the front side of cover, and there's some sort of bug because of the slope and the collision here that it just decided to process on the front side, and that's just the results we get. You don't really notice when you're playing a lot of times, but that's the kind that to me is a B bug. That's B bug level stuff for sure. Oh, if I didn't say this earlier, but in game production, you usually will have A, B, and C bugs. Um, Ideally, I mean, everybody wants to fix every single bug, but you got to prioritize what are the most important things. Then A bugs will be when like the character is gone or it's just like a head floating or something big. There's Ozzy getting totally slammed by some bullets. That was cool. Lots of fun stuff going on. Oh yeah, that was is that the one? Let's see. All right. So here's another one. So we got Niles in cover. He thinks it's a good spot. He's getting shot at. He jumps up, still looking okay. His AI then decides to go right back to the same spot that he was just in, which feels weird, but I don't know if we'd ever actually fix that one. I would talk to designer first on that and go, hey, is this anything we even want to try and solve? I would usually bring them up and bring it up and go, hey, is this something you want to do? I wanted to point out that the inter anim I think is working pretty cool. That's pretty well. It's got a little shift here that I'd like to fix. He's running around stuff. The hips are twisting, and then there's this start anim. That's really neat. Look how cool that is. Man, I love that stuff when I see it. It's not perfect. You can see him like slide back off away from the wall, which I think might be some kind of IK thing. So it depends on how polishy you want your game to be, how much time you have to invest into these things. Step one in any game ever, bug it, and then prioritize it, and then just go after it. Whatever's the most important stuff, get that done first. Players aren't really going to care if there's a little bit of feet sliding, so you wouldn't put that really high. They'll care if your character's gone. Um, but yeah, I think that's pretty clear at this point. Of a big part of what I did on Outer Worlds 2. I'll post more videos similar to this. This one's easy to post because it's not showing any behind the scenes stuff. It's just all release footage, no cheats at all. All right, I'll see you guys later.